Hey, what's up, guys? This is Cryptic Heartland, episode number 127. I'm one of the hosts, Leo Fernandez. Down below me, you got some weird guy that showed up again. I don't know who he is. Straggler. We got Jason, and of course we got Jake is back with us for another week, back-to-back weeks. And then in the bottom right corner, we got Renee, who's out in western Kansas. So, what's going on, guys? What's everybody been up to?
Same old.
Well, that's no fun. That sounds boring. Sorry, I'm just going to move some things around.
Not exciting stuff.
Why not? I've been busy. What you guys been up to?
Working, moving, and trying to stay healthy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not that easy always, but it is what it is. Hey, Carl. Hey, Crystal. How's it going? Everybody's at home watching. Tonight we have a different type of show we're gonna do. We've had a couple guests in studio in studio. We've had them on the show, should I say? But tonight we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna just do our usual show, kind of talking, and then afterwards during the show we're gonna do like a little mini investigation here in studio. I'll show you what we got going on here off camera. Let me get that set up here. So off camera we got a table full of some things here. We got a REM pod, K2, millimeter. We got the SP7. We got the music box. What's it called anyway, Jake? Do you know? Does it have an official name? I can't remember. It's just a music box?
It's the music box.
Okay. And then also we got that lantern. What's it called? It's
like a K2 lantern.
Yeah. It's something
Easier
that's
for everyone
I like
to
it.
see.
something newer out in the market that Jake has discovered, and we'll play it, and we'll use it tonight, and we'll do some things. We're going to ask some questions, some call and response questions, of course, and whatever else, So we'll see how it goes. That'll be just a little bit later in the show, and we will hopefully get some answers. And the reason why we're doing this, I was telling these guys, they didn't know why I wanted to do this tonight. Over the couple years that we've been doing this, especially in the studio here, we've seen some things, heard some things when we're talking about certain subject matter. Also, too, just in general, we've been hearing voices even outside the studio, just in general. So after last week's episode with Josh Hurd and JFK, with all of us, I was talking with Jake for a little while, and then he went home. So I was here by myself in the studio, and then just kind of watching and doing some reviews on some videos and whatnot. And I see this humongous black shadow that looked like Jake, and I thought he was back for some reason. So I looked up, and the corner of my eye, and saw him, and I turned, and it wasn't Jake. It was just this humongous shadow, and it kept like darting in and out of outside the studio door here, and I was like, "What the hell's going on?" That's kind of weird. I wasn't expecting that, because it's been quiet for the most part. I mean, we do have had some things, like I said, happen here and there, but it's been quiet for a little while. But hard to say where it came from, if it's been here the whole time or whatever else. Life is crazy right now, so we'll see what happens, and we'll go over that here in a little bit. But anyways, what was odd was I didn't say anything to anybody. I was downstairs by myself. My son came downstairs and asked me he was like, "Hey, Dad, there's something upstairs outside my door, peeking around the corner. It's this big black shadow." He's looking in, and I'm like, "Okay, that's weird." And it was literally within minutes of what sorry, I was trying to figure out some of the comments. It was literally within minutes of after I had saw the shadow outside the studio. So I don't know if it just went upstairs or if it's a different one, the same one. It seems probably the same one in my eyes, because he said it was pretty tall and big, and I didn't tell him what I had just seen until he told me what he saw. That way I didn't lead him astray or whatnot and say, "Oh, was it this tall and big?" And he told me right away it was huge. It was taller than the door almost frame, and it was just kind of peering in at him. Well, a couple of days later, after that, he was here by himself during the school day, doing work in his room, and all the rest of us were at work and whatnot. And he said the same tall black shadow appeared outside his door in the daytime, and he could hear it walking around in our upstairs area. You can hear the footsteps walking around. He said, and it sounded like it was kind of growling at him, huffing at him a little bit. So I think he said snarling is what he's told me. It startled him quite a bit, So tonight, what I want to do is, like I said, do some mini investigation here in a little while, and we'll see what we can maybe uncover. Who knows? Because I mean, it's hard to say. I have my theories, but I also don't know what to think because, I mean, we have so many people come in and out of the studio, you know, from all of us to some of the guests we had in studio that do ghost hunting. And then also, too, our equipment we take everywhere. I mean, this equipment we have tonight we use. We've taken it to do our 100th episode. So, you know, who knows what's attached that way. And then also, too, we've right next to me in this closet is all of our equipment that we use out on ghost hunts. Well, the ones that I have, and then them guys have theirs. So we will. Who knows what's attached to these items we have, and who knows what's following us around. I mean, like I said, I know just I'm not trying to say woe is me to me and Renee, but I know this year we've lost 5 family members this year. You know, for different reasons, not necessarily for the obvious reason, but just different things. I mean, we lost 4 since September, which is crazy to think, and 3 of them were part of one family. So it's just like, holy crap, you know. I mean, but they were older, don't get me wrong. So it's not just because of things, but it is what it is. I mean, we're all getting older, and life happens. So, but we'll see what happens tonight, guys. We'll have some fun and test the limits a little bit, you know. And I usually don't like doing investigations in my own house because I don't know, you know. I don't like to acknowledge things.
Does your wife know what you're doing tonight?
No.
Okay.
No. So she'd probably be against it.
Ooh, I'm telling.
She'd probably be against it if I told her we were going to do this. So, so well, it is what it is. Yeah. So she knows what I do. As long as we don't conjure anything up, you know, or release the hounds. I'm just kidding. We'll be
it's
fine.
already here, so.
The hellhounds. But that'll come in a
I
little
think
bit later in the show. Yep.
I
So
think it's Jake's nemesis, Frank.
Frank, his alter ego, Frank.
Yeah.
Yes, his alter ego.
I
Yeah.
left him behind.
Well, I know we did an investigation at Jason's house, and well, the apartment he was staying in, the duplex, I guess we'll call it, and we had some weird things going on there. But he just actually moved out of that recently.
Yeah.
As you were moving out, did you notice anything? Were you just too tired and busy that you didn't?
Tired and busy and just wanted the hell out.
Yeah, I get it. I'm
But
just curious.
Leading up to it, it seemed to. I don't know. She was noticing some shadows in there
Mm-hmm.
and everything. Like coming from Jameson's room,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like peeking out into the living room or
Yeah.
passing from one room to the other. But just here and there, it wasn't like all the time.
Yeah.
And I'd hear stuff every once in a while, but it pretty much just started dying off.
Yeah.
That or I just didn't care because I wanted out.
I do have
just wanted out.
I do have a question also too. When, as we talked about on the show, Jason did have COVID, and he was down and out for quite a bit, or for a couple weeks, you know, as the usual thing goes. My question to you is, since you were in such a weakened state and maybe you were too out of it to even pay attention, did you notice anything heightened as far as activity goes because of that condition?
Not really.
Okay, I just didn't know.
No.
I was curious to see how it was affecting people because I mean everybody.
I mean, because I was really just kind of weakened for like the first few days.
Oh,
and
okay.
It was over.
Well, I mean, when we go to investigations, we hear the clients, you know, it depends if they're showing any kind of fear to it. It seems to latch out, you know. So if you show emotions to it, or you know, you're not strong enough in your beliefs or convictions, whatever.
I was
it
watching
may be.
Mandalorian, so.
Which is awesome, by the way, if you haven't seen it.
Now.
Yeah, awesome. It's very awesome. The new Mandalorian season 2. It's great. Are you all caught up?
I'm on season 1.
Oh, you're still on season
Yeah.
1? Oh, dude.
But I know he has a name now.
Yes,
But I haven't. I don't
You
know.
don't know?
I didn't say what
I
it
didn't know.
was,
I
so
don't know it. So.
You missed more than that, so you caught up. Are you caught up on it, Jake?
I am.
Oh
I am.
man, the last episode was probably the best episode ever,
Crazy.
all of them. So, anywho,
'Cause what's her name's on there now?
whoa,
Oh, the chick that everybody knows.
Just wait. Somebody
Oh.
else that everybody knows
Well, I don't
is
know.
on there now.
is there more? It depends who you're talking about. I
Right.
don't. You talking about Gina Carano, the UFC fighter,
No.
the Cara Dune, or which one?
No, the one that's only been in cartoons.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Not
Yeah.
that much. I don't.
I know who it is, but I don't want to. I don't want to say if nobody's ever
She's
seen
got
it
the
yet.
white-
So
the white.
yeah, it's Osaka. Her name is Osaka, or something, but it's played by Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So anyways, but no, I was just thinking about that because, like I said, we go into places, you know, and people that have. We notice it when, depending on the emotions in the house, you know, whether they're angry a lot, you know, of course, more darker things start happening, you know, and that attracts likeness, we'll say. and the more they become irritated, agitated, the stronger that seems, that spirit seems to go, a little bit. Sometimes, not always. I mean, and they always assume it's, demonic, which we've talked about it. We talked about it in some of our guests, like Gail, that she shared our same beliefs. She said that demonics are hard to find. I mean, they're very far and few, and history shows us that too.
Right.
Right. A
Right.
lot of times, you'll have to have exorcism performed or whatever, possibly. So it's not always the same, but
Well, for all the years that I've been doing this, and especially with you,
yeah,
we've only ran into maybe,
possibly a couple, possibly.
possibly a couple that
Yeah.
one claimed to be after you asked, but
Yeah.
was it really?
I mean, and the one that we did come across for possibly with the name and everything, the female one, she was more docile. I think it's female. Yeah, it was female. She was a little bit docile. She's not one of the darker, like the infamous demons out there. So, but she's still a demon by nature, according to what the list
According
says.
to research.
Yeah. So, craziness. The fact that we even came across them, which I'm sure they're everywhere. I say everywhere. I'm sure they're out there, and if we're in this long enough, this business, we'll probably come across one, maybe even a worse one. So. We think we've came across elementals before, which are not demons or anything like that. They're just spirits from the earth, basically. We'll call them that.
They don't like us.
They're
I don't
Yeah.
think they like anything.
yeah. They're going to be here long after us. There's no way to get rid of them really per se. It's just they are what they are. So, but it's craziness. The fact, like I said, doing this for how long have we been doing this? I would never thought about half the stuff we've seen and came across. I mean, over the years, it's just like holy shit. How do we do this? I mean, how did this happen, basically?
So my question to you is, do you think everything that's happening here is here before you got here, or did you have a hand in bringing it?
I don't know. That's just it. Because
Involuntarily bringing it.
it's hard to say. I really don't honestly know.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact that we haven't really done anything research to it. The fact that it looked like you, Jay, kind of threw me for a curveball last week. You had just been here that day, and it's just like.
Yeah.
So and maybe okay.
That's
Let
weird.
me ask you this. What do you think? And I'm not saying it was you because of you. What of it if it's a possibility that it was something either mocking or not mocking you, like taking the shape of you, the form of you,
Mimicking?
like do what?
Mimicking?
Yeah, mimicking you, or maybe it's an extension of you. We'll say. How do you think about that? Is
Well,
that
I mean,
possible?
I think at one point in time on investigations, we've all had stuff mimic us.
Yeah.
Voices
Oh,
or
yeah. Yep.
thinking you saw one of us and we're not there.
Doppelgangers, even. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, why couldn't it happen after I left? It either came from me or it was using me because I was just here to.
Right. I mean, it's quite possible. It's just crazy. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it looked identical to you. I mean, 'cause I think you had a coat on that night too and everything.
Yeah.
It looked all just the same shape of you, black, everything, hair. I mean, like you were just. It's like your thumbprint image was stuck in history right there for the minute or two that I saw it. and-
Sorry for leaving myself. I'll try to take myself with me tonight.
I'll be curious tonight to see what happens since you guys are both here now and
Yeah.
see what happens afterwards. But it was just crazy. I mean, like I said, I was dumbfounded. But then I was just like, it is what it is, And then minutes later, like I said, my oldest son comes down and said, this thing is outside my door.
See, that's what I think is cool. That,
Yeah.
Like, it was,
It's like validation.
validation.
Uh-huh.
And he had no idea that you had seen it.
No, he didn't. I didn't tell him even after that. He just went upstairs. And even after he went upstairs, I could continue to see the shadow play outside here.
Yeah.
I saw it tonight actually before
you?
Jason. When Jason got here, he kept trying to look because I kept seeing it and he couldn't see it. I mean, because it was like fast and like darting in and out of the.
I kept jumping out of the door.
Yeah. Well, and the weird thing was too, I was setting up everything to get prepared tonight, and Jason saw my camera. It was like my camera just went crazy. Like
You went
my
black and white.
Yeah,
Really?
and then I didn't touch anything, and it's just like, well, what the hell?
Right.
Before he got here, it wasn't even black and white; it was green. I looked like just a
was
solid color of green,
Night
like
vision.
Hulk. And I'm like, well, where'd that come from? Because I'm not down here unless I'm doing the show.
It would
So
have looked cool.
I almost thought I was going to say, well, I'm going to have to leave it that way because I can't get it fixed. And then I just somehow got it working. So who knows? But I don't know. What about you, Renee? Have you had anything? I know you've been kind of away from the team for a little while because, you live out in western Kansas and you've had your own things to deal with. Have you had anything going on out that way?
I mean, I've seen shadows here and there, but I mean, nothing out of the norm that I usually see. I don't know, like especially with being sick and things like that. I do have really weird dreams
Mm-hmm.
where, I mean, people that have passed on and stuff, they've come to me,
Yeah.
like grandma and grandpa. But other than that, no, nothing that I've noticed.
Yeah. So do you guys feel like, speaking of dreams, do you feel like it's the actual afterlife talking to us, or is it possibly just coincidental that we're thinking about them, they're fresh on our mind? Because I've dreamt about people that I haven't seen in years, like living and non-living. I'm like, well, that's weird. This person's been dead for 20 years or so, and why now? Is it a message? Is it to say hi to me? What do you guys think?
You said it's tall.
Yeah.
That reminds me of something that you saw
Yeah.
at your last house a few years ago.
Yeah.
After we went to,
Oh.
where?
Tahlequah.
Tahlequah.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't gonna say it, but you.
No, that's fine. Just say it is.
Should
We
we
talked
go
about
ahead
it.
and turn the equipment on?
Yeah.
We've said the word.
When the show shuts down,
But-
Carl, I said Tahlequah Carl. He knows the T word as he calls it. You said it better.
But as soon as we came back from that place the first time,
Yeah.
you started having something very large,
Right.
black figure
Yeah.
around, and I don't think it ever actually left.
I don't know.
I think it's still very much around you.
Very well aware.
It knew you
Yeah.
out there. It said your name.
Yeah.
It never said my name. It never said anything like that to me. It didn't do
Yeah.
anything when I stayed in the house for an hour or
Yeah.
more by myself.
That was fun.
Nothing ever happened. All I heard was dripping water, and it was just me,
Yeah.
like having my own thoughts,
Yeah.
But nothing came to me.
Carl said, "I know." LOL. That's the T word. Which was funny. I laughed because it was Jeremiah, Jason, and myself in the house, the original house,
Yeah.
one of the original houses, and we're sitting there, and I'm thinking, I got this harebrained idea. Is like, somebody needs to stay in here, but it's not going to be me. So I was like, "Hey, Jason, guess
I was
what?"
like, I was up for it. I was like, you know what? If I'm going to be a part of this group, I've got to like test my limits and stuff.
Yeah.
So why not be in the demonic house?
Right. So
Let me
we stepped
let
out.
me stay. Well, apparently didn't like me and didn't want to talk to me
Yeah.
or do anything. Or it could have been right there,
Yeah, maybe you just
and
weren't in
it
tune with
just didn't,
it. Yeah.
come to me, whatever. But
Yeah.
I did at one point say, I was like, "Hey, Brendan, right? Or Brandon, right? He's over in the other house." Because he was trying to see it, in that instant, because he was over in the other house. I was in that house.
Yeah.
Y'all were outside.
Right.
So I kept saying, I was like, well, if you're not going to talk to me, go talk to Brandon. He's over there in the other house.
Oh, that's right.
Just go over there.
Yeah.
Make something happen. Do it.
Right.
We're recording. Do it. Nothing ever
I've heard
happened.
Yeah, nothing you thought of.
I
but-
know. It
I-
could have.
I-
But weirder things happened that night.
Sure. Which that was the night with the infamous cutting of the cord, right?
Was it that night?
Yeah, I think it was because I think that was in.
Casey wasn't part of it, so it
Yeah,
it
so
should've
it'd been the time
Should've
that
been.
happened. Yeah, because that was like the second or third time we went out there that happened, and
And we drove home and everything. Because my dad was out there.
yeah,
too.
we left shortly after that. Well, he's been out there the last few times.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was craziness. Just the fact that even happens at all. I was trying to think what I was going to say. Yeah, and I just remember the very first time we were out there, I did see a dark shadow running from the back of the woods to the
Yep.
back of the house. So
As soon as you got there.
I don't know if that's the same shadow that's been plaguing us all these years or whatever else, or me anyways.
It may
but
have locked onto you because you were the one that saw it.
Could be. And I heard it out in the woods too with the female.
Yeah.
I still never been to this day been able to tell what she says.
She's probably cursing you.
Yeah, and the thing that yelled at me because I asked because I was laughing at it. I'm like, "Are you a Sasquatch?" Haha, kind of laugh, and it's like, "I am a," and it just yells into my recorder.
Excuse me.
And this is early in the morning by myself out in the middle of nowhere. So, and Jake got to witness on his own venture out there.
Well, we had the similarities with the knocking.
Yeah,
But,
enough to where it was driving Jake insane practically, where you kept standing by the door checking out outside your hotel room.
Yeah, I
And-
even went outside at one point and walked all around.
Yeah,
And
it was empty, like you said. Like the whole parking lot was
nobody out there
desolate.
at
Yeah,
all.
yeah, and the thing just kept tormenting you. Yeah, and that's
3 knocks.
How
And
many-
you went out there by yourself on a separate vacation, not even with us, and
Yeah.
you never been investigated with any of us
No.
out there. Which,
I just stopped at the cemetery
yeah,
and walked around, used the Ovilus.
did you get anything on the Ovilus out there?
A lot. It
Oh,
just
really?
talked over and over again, and I was hoping my recorder would pick it up.
Oh, that's right.
But that's when I learned the ill ways of using a recorder in the fall outside.
Oh,
when
the
you're walking
crunchy
around in
leaves.
The crunchy leaves.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
right.
The
That
recorder is
sucks.
super sensitive, so you try to listen to it, and it's just like RIP headphone users because
Yeah,
it's just
it's-
crunchy leaf sounds.
I try to barrel through that, or go through that stuff like that when it happens to me too. The same type of thing, and then at about 20 minutes, in, I'm like, okay, I can't do this. It sucks. This is
Yeah.
unfortunately is going to have to be thrown
It's kind
away.
of
It's
like the air
decontaminated.
conditioner that comes on or the heater that comes on.
Yeah.
And you're got the recorder right next to it.
Yeah, it would say all kinds of words.
Oh
Walking around
wow.
out
Do you
there, I didn't know what a lot of them meant.
do you
but
remember any of them by chance off the top of your head? I know it's kind of been a few years now at this point, but
There was a lot of stuff there at some point. There was a bunch of words that led me towards the grave that says Pigpen on it,
oh yeah, yeah.
like soldier stuff.
I have
Indian
that picture, I
stuff,
think.
And I ended up over there.
Do I have that somewhere? I'll try to find that
Um,
picture. I think I have a picture of that. Not that I have that actual grave that you say that.
Right.
Because I saw it the first time out there and didn't
Interesting.
take a picture, and then
I'd like
last
to know
time
the
I was out
story
there.
behind that guy. You know.
You had?
No.
Oh, they said you had. Sorry, I
No,
was like, you
wish
have?
I did,
Oh wow, I was gonna say.
but
If I
you
have-
know, we were there for probably hour and a half. Just stopped there on our way to where we were going on vacation to,
Yeah. Try to
and
find
then
that.
had that weird experience at the hotel
Oh,
with the
no.
knocking.
Yeah.
It turned out to be the same experience you had with knocking here,
Right.
or at the house you were living at the time.
Right. Which is on less than a I think less than a mile from here, barely, not even a mile from here. So,
So if anything was following you, it would be easy
oh yeah,
Mhm.
for
just to come
sure.
right over here.
Regardless of how far I live away from it, my old house, I think it would still be there. I mean, you can
Well,
do
it
whatever
could
you
have
want.
hitched a ride with me and came back over here.
Yeah.
That would be crazy. Yeah, I mean, because they follow us clear back
Because
from
I
Tahlequah.
I did announce myself when
Did
I
you?
went out there that I was your friend and your friend.
Ah.
Oh,
Jeremiah's
you threw
Oh,
us under
there
the
you
bus
go.
there.
and Brandon's
Oh,
friend.
thanks.
No, I just wanted
No,
them
I
to
know.
know who I
Right.
was.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, hell, I would have done the same thing. Yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
had never been there before, but I was friends with these people.
Mm-hmm.
The strangest part about that place is you're being watched always.
By
From those
physically
woods.
and things you can't see.
It's so weird.
The people there. Well, the
Oh, yeah.
Indian.
Oh yeah, no, people showed up
Mhm.
and just kind of seen that we were out there, sat there for a little bit, and then left.
Yeah.
But it wasn't those I met. It's
Which-
those woods around there.
It's so bizarre. It's like
Oh,
it's a
weird,
cemetery. I
man.
mean, you could be paying your respects to a loved one or something. They don't. I mean, why would they follow you and just eyeball you? It's so bizarre. It's like they're
people have
protected.
ruined it. Because people have ruined it by
Yeah, That is true.
going out on their places and doing stuff without permission and
That's
ruining
true.
it. That's why.
Yeah, you're right. And it's cemetery. That's every cemetery for the most part. I mean, like people expect to see ghosts and stuff out there or whatnot. And I mean, you may not, but that place made a believer out of me.
Because I'd read the book, heard all your stories, so
Mm-hmm.
we were going by the place, and I figured, hell, I'm
Yeah.
gonna at least check out the part I can check out.
Yeah, I was coming back from Springfield, Missouri, and it's not on the way back from that way. It's not that far from, like maybe about an hour or 45 minutes from there. I'm like, I should just take a detour, but I was like, nah. Had my whole family with me too, so
Ah.
that's when I stopped by Granola and took pictures
Oh,
out there
okay.
outside the house just to see which was Granola is another one of our famous cases we've talked about with just weird stuff that kind of mimics some of that a little bit, but not quite. But the Tahlequah stuff, I think that's fallen on us. I believe it's obviously a Native American spirit. I think I've heard different things. I mean, it's definitely a shapeshifter, so I don't know if it's in their culture. It seems like they think that the shapeshifters are usually like the medicine, like man, person, whatever, that was in charge of the healing, the spiritual kind of a thing, and
Right.
but not necessarily it's true. It could have been anything. It could have been an actual elemental or something, whatever. I don't know, but it definitely. I mean, Callahan saw it firsthand, shapeshift on him, and was going to charge him, and then
Yeah.
just dissipated and like
I
flew up in
would
the
love
air.
to see that footage.
I know, and he has it on camera, or a video. I've never seen it before. And
Jeremiah has, but
has he seen it? I can't remember if he had or not. So
Yeah.
we need
What
to
was
get.
odd was the place I ended up going to
Mm-hmm.
ended up having a lot of the same type of activity and stories.
Right.
Right. Which
And I
down in
didn't even
Arkansas.
know.
Yeah.
So I stuffed at one place and then ended up at another. And then, Josh Hearns had his story over the past few weeks that
Yeah.
he told with us. And
See, and that's when we were talking,
it was
like
like,
I
wait a
said.
minute, because me and him hadn't talked about the fact that he didn't know I had been there. I didn't know
Right.
he had been there.
Yeah.
And then he starts talking about this. I'm like, are you talking about
Right.
about board camp in Arkansas? Well, yeah. Well, shit, that's the same.
Yeah.
That's the same stories I had from there too.
Well, like I said, I wish I could have saw his face when we were talking about our Tahlequah, like we do all the time, with them guys. And then he's like, "What? You have an experience?" And then he started telling. He told us that's the first time I had heard about his board camp was that our interview with them on their show, the Ectoplasm show, and he was like, and everything he's told us was almost split out. I mean, same occurrences, other than it was just two different locations. One
Right.
Oklahoma, one in Arkansas.
Right.
It's just like
But
just
then there's
bizarre.
the ley line thing where some of the lines go through both places.
Yeah,
There as a crow flies not that far away from each other.
right. I just don't. So going on those ley lines, what do you think? I know they intersect and connect a lot of haunted places. What's the purpose of them? Is it because they're usually like rivers, possibly, or different things, landmarks or whatever? But what do you think? Is it like a supernatural highway? Is that what a ley line basically is? Because I mean, why did the intersect or connect different most haunted places? It seems like across the U.S.
This makes it easy for the I don't know, the energy to be obtained in
Yeah, I
those
was just gonna
areas
say, what
by
if it's
whatever's
just,
there.
Mm-hmm.
it's just like a battery to them?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we know that water's natural current or conductor, for electricity and stuff like that. So why can't it be of energy? Same thing,
Right.
for for the paranormal.
And then, Tahlequah would have a lot of sadness associated with it, so a lot of emotion
Yeah.
that could power that. The board camp in Arkansas has all the crystals
Yeah.
that have a lot of weird properties.
Has its own energy
So-
that it emits, kind of out. With
It
them.
seems like there's all these places along the same line, but they all have their own type of. They kind of sway one way or another depending on what has occurred or is occurring
Mm-hmm.
there.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's baffling, and it kills me that we can't get out there right now to go investigate all these places right now because I'm just like chomping at the bit to go do research and document and everything. Talked to Josh off camera last week about maybe doing something together, possibly. To
Sweet.
document this stuff
Because
because.
that would be awesome.
Yeah, because I mean, I would love to see what our experiences were, match up with his, and if we can recreate them and put them on camera. Because I would love to go see board camp because I know we talked about it when we were out at Casey Paracon. They said, "Yeah, come on down anytime you want to
Oh,
come
yeah.
down." And now you got to
They
meet
told
him.
me the same thing to bring all you guys and come on
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, she's told me she's like, "Come out, you can stay with us if you need to." She's like, "I have places out here, but so I would love to camp out, especially
Oh,
up on
yeah.
that hill. That did you say it was a cabin or something?
Yeah,
up there?
there's a cabin up on
That
up
nobody
on
will
the
stay.
hill by a place they call Psycho Ravine.
Love it.
Of course.
So you're gonna stay in the cabin. We'll be out in the tent.
Oh.
Oh, I don't know. I just want to go out there
The
and set up.
cabin's really small. So.
I just want to go up there and set up shop and see what we can find.
I
'Cause
mean, I'm just saying we won't be able to get an RV out there for you.
I didn't drive the RV. That was Roth.
I know.
No, there won't be
What do
an
you
RV
like? I
out
said,
there.
what are you doing? Rose says, "Hey, I'm
You
gonna get an
gotta
RV
walk
that
up to where
weekend."
it's at.
Rose wants, I'm gonna get an RV that weekend. You want to come ride with me? I'm like, hell yeah, I'll stay in a freaking RV. But yeah, if I could have, I would have got a hotel room.
Shoot, the jerk never even offered it to us.
He didn't.
No.
I thought he offered everybody, and you guys were just like, well, I was like, I'll
I
chip
don't
in money,
remember. I don't
whatever
remember.
it takes, man. I'll chip in some cash to get down there. So
I think it'd be interesting to do a Frank Spock session over there at the cemetery in Tahlequah.
yeah.
That
Can you
would
guys?
be-
Especially,
Oh yeah.
I'd be down
Go
for
ahead.
that.
Sorry.
yeah, that's okay. Especially like me personally, the experience that I felt after
Mm.
being out at the cemetery, like from the car ride back to where we were camped at, it was so weird. I didn't feel like myself. I kind of felt like I was just like an out of body experience, and I was in a daze, and everybody that talked to me, it was like slow motion,
Weird.
and I just remember feeling scared, and it just like came from out of nowhere.
Yeah, you definitely could see it on Renee's face. She was terrified. I mean, but of what? I don't know. That's just it. She never really came out and
Wasn't
said
it later that night? Was the sighting?
Later on, yeah, I believe so.
Was
No,
it
it was
that-
it was before.
No.
Well, it was before that.
He was saying, is it the same day as of the sightings later on?
Oh.
Like
Yeah.
later night.
Yeah.
Later that night, about 2 in the morning, you all saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that thing out, creature out in the
Yeah.
edge of the woods on the property. Yeah, just staring at us, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It's still bizarre. Like I said, the first time I went there, I left with more questions than answers, you know, and it just
Yeah.
it excited me, terrified me, and wanted me searching for
So,
more.
but getting back to now,
Hmm.
do you think it's still the
See,
residue is still all over you on that?
I think the night that happened, a week ago Sunday, I felt like I had the same kind of thinking that maybe it had returned, but I was like, why would it now? I mean, I didn't know. I didn't know if it was because of me or because of,
It's just
like I
around.
said, Jake had just been here, and
Yeah.
like I said, it was a splitting image of him. Maybe it's an extension of him. I have no idea. Because, I mean, I've seen things, like I said, usually it's childlike here. And even, like I said, my wife has seen it now. Because I had just woken up yesterday
She
morning,
seen the
and
big one?
she saw a little one. She saw a shadow.
Okay.
Cause I was just standing there talking to her. You ready to walk into our bathroom that's attached to our room, and she was like, "I just saw something out there." She's like, "I wonder if it's Leo, our son." I was like, "What?" And so I went out there and I tried to imitate what the shadow did. So he was laying on the couch sleeping, and I came walking different depths, whatever, and it wasn't like as big as you are, but it was darker like as you are. So I had to be out pretty much outside our door to create that same type of depth, darkness. But it was like, she said it wasn't like it didn't seem like a real person, it just seemed like a shape, she said.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that it's making this trek room to room, doing the
Right.
usual thing, which I still haven't figured out. I talked about it on previous shows, like, the universal speech for ghosts is to go away, kind of a thing. Why is it they always peek around corners? I mean, it seems like that's what you always hear. You see it on shows. We've seen it on our investigations, places we've been. The Forum Theater, it was notorious peeking outside of doors, classroom doors and whatnot.
Maybe
What is
they-
the purpose
they-
of that?
Maybe they truly don't want to be seen or noticed by us.
Or
Mhm.
it
'Cause-
could be as simple as they were once a human, and it's just a human nature way of sneaking around.
Right.
Could be. Yeah,
And
that makes sense.
Maybe when you become a spirit, you retain certain human nature.
Yeah,
Like the way you go about sneaking around.
right.
Because
I
they're
mean,
watching you. I mean, they're learning things
Yeah.
about you.
True. Yeah.
Your habits and everything you do. That way they know where to go. And
Hmm. I mean, think about the famous, we've watched, and talked about it, Sir No Face footage.
right.
That thing came out the doorway, and that's
Oh,
why
man.
it's so astonishing,
You've
because
seen it, right?
the
Oh,
thing was
yeah.
in full door frame, and it's just like, what the hell?
I actually
Yeah.
I got
It's
a picture of
crazy.
it on my phone.
We
now.
talked about this before. Remember, I couldn't get it to work last
I
night.
know.
Freeze it, stop it, and freeze it.
I wonder
Well,
if
I
I can
actually
get it.
got it from Google. It
Did
was-
you?
Yeah.
I wonder if I can pull it
found
up real
It's,
fast.
it's crazy.
I
It's crazy.
found it.
But
'Cause,
Wait,
like,
what is it, Sir No Face?
Sir No
'cause I
Face.
won't lie, the movie itself was a little slow.
yeah, it took a lot
And
to
it
build it
builds,
up.
it builds up a little bit, and then that happens right at the end. And you're like, what the hell? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad I watched everything now.
Yeah, I've been waiting because I heard about it a while, and I'm just I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for them to show the thing, because they did trailers of it, of this thing, and
Oh, yeah.
basically leading up to it, it was like it reminded me of Paranormal Activity when it first came out, because they showed the audience reactions, like, oh god, and scary things happen in Paranormal, which that movie wasn't scary, it was more comical than anything.
I
But-
cannot abide by
Yeah.
that movie.
Sir No Face, they did the same type of video reaction as far as from the crowd, and
See,
when
it
that
looks
happens.
alien.
Do what?
It looks
No,
alien.
I am totally on board with the
Yeah.
alien theory.
Yeah,
on
I
that-
mean-
on that show.
And at first he thought it was paranormal, and then when he brings out the second edition of it,
Yeah, something.
Two Grays.
Huh?
It's called Two Gray. I think it's called Two Gray or something like that. He has another part 3. I haven't watched part 3 yet, because Two Gray was a little slow. It's even slower, and it just never really grabbed me like Sir No Face, because I wanted to see
They
the
just do a
image
lot
of
of
it.
talking.
Do what?
They just do a lot of talking.
No, yeah, a lot to try to present. I mean, it's interesting. You probably would enjoy it because it talks a lot about aliens, and there's some weird stories behind it. As far as
Right.
things showing up, and
You want me to send it to you again?
You might have to, because I
Okay.
can't figure out where the hell I have it.
That's all right.
I find it
got
like after the show. I'm like, well, that a lot of good that did me, but
Messenger or line chat.
either one's fine. But yeah, if you get the chance, check out Sir No Face. It's by Chad Kalick, who the name, if you've been in the paranormal field long enough, you know who he is. He's used to be on Paranormal State with Ryan Buell and Katrina Weedman and them on A&E. They were part of, and actually, it's the same type of thing where Sarah Soderlund used to be with them loosely, who was our guest a couple episodes back. So, yeah, if you can see it, it's worth the rent. I think right now, especially on this time of year. Chad, I got it, Jason. We're good.
Okay.
At
Well,
this time,
that's the first doorway.
so this is what we're talking about. And I hate. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling it for you people at home, but
Spoiler
it is.
alert. if
This
you
is
haven't seen
this is the alien, not alien. This is the what do you call
got
it?
it. Okay.
it. I think it's an alien.
Could be, yeah. This is Sir No Face. For a while, I respected Chad, as far as not showing his image, but it's out there. It's been out there for a couple years now, so
Yeah.
and it's everywhere. So now I'm not afraid to show it because I'm not going to damage his thing. It looks like a naked alien person thing. The eyes are just bizarre.
And believe me, when you watch
Yeah.
the movie and you actually see it move,
Yeah.
Yeah.
step in and step out, it's so much crazier than looking at
Yeah.
the picture.
And this is-
It was like it was checking the room itself and
Oh,
knew, it's like immediately knew that there was a camera there and backed out.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
kind of a thing, and backed out.
Yeah.
And that's what baffled them, because we talk about it most time. They just peek around the corner. They don't come in full frame. That's why they were just baffled.
So
That they
what
caught
if
this.
something that you are seeing is projection of something from outer space?
Well, what about the thing we saw that we have on camera that we've never shown anybody yet?
Yeah.
What about
What if that's
that?
just a projection
From
from
the
something
shots?
from outer?
Do it.
Yeah.
The shop?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What if it's because it looks similar in nature, tall,
sure
gangly,
does.
transparent, which
But like in this picture, you can actually see like the legs and everything, and it almost looks like the typical alien that you see, on the autopsy table.
Yeah.
Right.
From
the
Roswell,
gray.
you actually can see that kind
Yeah.
of features.
Right.
But does it look like it has hair though? Like
I think it's
wavy
just shadow.
black hair up
The
on top.
picture's just the stop,
I think it's shadow.
yeah.
Could be.
I think it's a complete bald head. I think it's a gray.
I
That's
mean,
what's
if
there.
you take away the
looking at
hair,
this
yeah.
than when you watch the movie,
Right.
you get a way better.
Unless the gray's in disguise.
If you take away the hair,
Right.
it looks like your vision of it and what an alien looks like with the round, beady eyes, kind of
Right.
blacked
I think
out
that's
eyes.
just the light shining and hitting it, and that's like
Mhm.
just this back shadow.
Yeah.
It looks like hair, in that aspect.
Right.
I truly believe, just even watching the video itself and the way it moves
Mhm.
and
Right.
everything,
I'll
it's
put this up
one.
there.
I don't know. I swear it's just that.
Let me give
So,
credit where credit's due.
So weird.
Yeah, it's as they were toting it, it was like the best paranormal evidence ever. Which I don't know if it's the best.
It's not bad.
It's not bad,
It's
but they
pretty
have
good.
no idea
Yeah.
what it is, and they don't
Right.
even know if if it's a spirit or not.
hmm
Right.
And being on a military base,
Right.
that's now a museum basically.
Well, that's what they wanted them to come out and investigate.
Yeah.
It wasn't Chad Kalick. It was
It was the Australian
West Sydney
group.
Paranormal Research.
It
what
was,
it was.
Australian, right?
Yeah, West
Yeah.
Sydney.
So
But they had came and talked to Chad about this, and he was like, "If you're fucking with me on this, if you're lying to me about what you have here, I'm gonna call you out, and
Right,
make
right.
it known." They're like, "Please prove us wrong. We have no idea what this thing is."
right.
Right.
It was in a locked room, a locked building, because they thought it was a security guard that was walking the premises. It was just his wife and another investigator, only two people on the island, aside from the security officer or the
Right.
security person.
And they hiked a long ways back to their camp to where they
Right.
had to sleep.
Yeah, they
Yep.
weren't even there when they caught
So
it.
the
They
fact,
just left their stuff running and left.
yeah, they had asked him, Did you go on that building?" The security guard said, "No, I just walked on the outside, make sure the doors were checked, locked,
Yeah.
windows shut. Nobody's in. He didn't even peek in."
Which that's something we can attest to is you leave your stuff running at a location and leave.
hmm
Something always weird, something happens.
Right. That's the reason why, I go to any location, I immediately turn on my recorder, at least, because recorder's our best friend. You can capture many different areas, rooms, lengths of size of the place, whatever, on a recorder most times, versus the camera being pointed at the right direction at the right time, kind of a
Right.
thing. And this is what they did. They got lucky. They couldn't believe that they actually A, caught this thing on camera, and B, that it came out full frame versus just peeking around the corner kind of
Right.
thing.
What just surprises me is that the main guy, not the team, but the guy.
Hmm.
What's his name?
Which guy? The guy from Chad Kalick, you mean?
Chad. Yeah.
Chad Kalick, yeah.
I mean, he immediately totes it as a ghost, paranormal.
Right,
It's like it never even crossed his mind that it was something else.
right.
At all. I mean, I'm
Right.
sure he's looked at it 100 times. Why didn't
Yeah.
he see what everybody else was seeing?
I
Well,
don't know.
Because the first time I seen it, I'm like,
Alien.
that's an alien. That's a physical being,
Yeah.
not a spirit. That's
See,
like a physical being.
I thought it was a soldier at first because
Really?
it was a soldier's quarter, like the captain's quarters or something,
Right.
whatever. And I thought, maybe the Sir No Face is a soldier.
It's just with the mysterious lights
Mm-hmm.
and the
Yeah.
flashing of the lights and
Yeah.
everything. It kind of reminds me of the Jason and Grant
Mm-hmm.
story,
Mhm.
that we read out of that
Right.
book. The strange lights in the house, the flashing lights and
Yeah.
stuff like that the family was having. Come to find out, it was like alien in nature. It wasn't
Mhm.
anything paranormal in that aspect, like ghosts.
Right.
Turned out to be like they were seeing creatures
Yeah.
from not here.
Right.
So it kind of like to me immediately fell into that realm. The strange lights.
Mhm.
That they have no idea why the room was doing that. Then you have this little creature that comes around the corner and looks in,
Mm-hmm.
and why not on a military base?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. The reason it got its name too, Carl said it looks like a female, which it's thin. I mean, yeah, it's possible. I mean, it's hard to say. It looks like hair. Like I say, if you put the hair equation into it, then yeah, it looks more like long, flowing hair kind of a thing. But sorry, reading this chat too. The reason it got its name Sir No Face is because every time they went into this certain building, not even this building, I think it was a different building, they get an interaction with this thing. They go, "Thanks, sir." They would call it "sir." "Hey, sir, can you turn on the lights or do something for us?"
Yeah.
And
yeah.
the thing would always react when they addressed it as "sir." So that's where they got the. And then they saw this footage, so they said that thing doesn't have a face. So they put two and two together, "Sir No Face," thinking it was the same possible thing, or But yeah, those things with the lighting is weird because they're in complete blackness, dark room, and all of a sudden these things is emitting it's like a flash. It's like a light bulb just pops.
Yeah.
It's pop, and it's constantly. But it was on command. It would ask them to do this. So
But it wasn't the actual light fixtures that were doing it.
I don't think
It
there was.
was just
I
a
want to
light
say there was no electricity
Well,
in that
there was
building.
no
Yeah, that's true,
electricity
that's
to the
true.
So
building.
it
So
wasn't even
there's
as if it
that
was surging.
taken
or
out.
anything. Yeah.
So it has to be something unexplainable that's happening. And
Right.
I've
Right.
never heard of ghosts actually doing such things. I mean, you see
Yeah.
strange lights over here that's like barely illuminating and stuff like that. But
Yeah. And the thing is, also too, that what's so even more weird about the storyline is the Sydney whatever their parliament down there, or whatever it is, their government asked them to come in there and go to this island called Cockatoo and explore it because they wanted to. It was an old prison or army thing at one time. They used for years ago during World
Yeah,
War
it
II
was
and
a
all
naval
stuff.
base, I believe.
A naval base, yeah,
Yeah.
something like that too. It's like they used it and they kept. It was just basically a wasting away. It's like we want to get tourism over here, maybe do a theme park or something over here, something to make use out of this land. But there's rumors of something going on here, weird things, possibly not aliens, but paranormal. So they called in this team, whatever, West Sydney Paranormal Research, and said, "Hey, can you investigate this place? We want people to come over here, and stuff like that." Well, they went a couple of times and they started capturing things like the lights and stuff like that, and the voices and weird little things. And it's just like when they caught this thing, they presented it to the government parliament, and then the parliament they just immediately were like, "Okay,
Yep.
you can't go there anymore."
Yep.
It's like, what? But you
They-
asked us to come look at
but
this.
it's-
What does that mean? It's like it adds to the mystery because it's like they know it was there.
to me,
They
if
wanna-
it was just a haunting, they'd be
Yeah.
like, cool footage.
Right.
But to me, it seems a little bit more. It almost
Like
falls
they're
into the
covering
realm
it up.
of Roswell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Immediately cover up, immediately shut it
almost,
down.
Yeah, they had a whoops, you weren't supposed to see that reaction.
Right.
Yeah, or it confirmed to them, oh, okay,
yeah, this thing is here, yeah, kind
Yeah.
of a thing. But and they've never figured out why they could never go back. They can't even. They still get over. They get over there somehow because it's on a boat ride over or something. I don't know, but they get over there and look at stuff, but they can't get into the actual buildings anymore. And they say that on camera. We don't have access to these anymore. But
Yeah.
it just continues even into part 2, which I don't know. Have you seen part 2 yet? The
No,
2 Gray.
I haven't.
Okay. It continues on where it's just more mystery surrounded by it, where there's random people that they go because they started,
Well, see, the second one's called No Face the Gray, isn't it?
maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, I'm
It's something
pretty
like
sure.
that. I thought it was Two Face, but maybe not, or Two Gray, whatever, or something. Because they were playing on something. I can't remember, but I can look it up here in a second.
Oh,
but
I got it.
I think there's a third one too. I can't remember what the third one's called, but I've seen the first 2. But they would go out and promote this video and other videos, along with Chad and West Sydney Paranormal Research.
Yeah, Two Face the Gray.
Two Face the
There's
Gray.
the second one.
Yeah, they would go try to promote this footage and stuff like that, and do like we do paranormal conferences and talks, whatever. They would there'd be random people start showing up and just kind of like. I remember, I think it was Chad was saying he was looking at this guy, or maybe it was Craig, the other guy that's part of the team, West Sydney, the leader. He said he just made eye contact with the guy in the back of the room that just seemed kind of out of place. Didn't fit the time for, everybody's kind of in t-shirt, jeans, whatever, modern clothes. And this guy was kind of long and gangly with like a black kind of like leather jacket and just dark sunglasses and just kind of weird looking, real gangly looking. And he made eye contact with him right away, well, the guy had glasses on obviously, so he couldn't, but he saw him, kept his eye on him. And then after the show, the guy kind of hung out and had all kinds of information for him, like he's, I got this stuff I want to give to you. Because if they find out I'm giving it to you, they're going to kill me. And it's like, what? Who says that? And haven't seen the guy since, haven't heard from him, and the guy just like fell off the face of the earth. But he has the
He's in
documentation.
the ocean.
Do what?
Yeah.
He's in the ocean
Yeah, probably.
with some cinder blocks.
Or was he an alien, possibly,
That could
or
be.
something? Or was he just a
Did he give
person?
him what he said he was going to give him?
Maybe he's
He
no face.
he gives them a file of there's a bunch of documentations of photos and video links and stuff like that of things captured and
Okay.
like ships and stuff flying around and whatnot and documented from the government and all this stuff, and because they play some of it on there in the part 2, and it's like, and that's when Chad starts to think, well,
So
This
it does
thing-
end up going alien.
this thing may not be freaking paranormal.
Well,
It may be an alien.
I think everybody uses that word wrong. It's still paranormal.
It
because
is.
it just
It
means the unexplained.
Yeah, because it's not normal.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not normal. It's
Yeah.
unexplained. So
But
Yeah.
for the most part, Chad was saying that it was
we were going
ghost.
for spirits, and we ended
Yeah.
up with aliens.
We go to the Tahlequah for spirits, and we come back with more on Sasquatch.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I went to board camp for aliens and came back with Bigfoots and all kinds of stuff like that.
Right.
You know, I had no idea.
Right.
Right. I think it's all interchangeable or intertwined. I mean, because we've seen that, like I said, especially Tahlequah. I mean, I haven't been to board camp yet, so I'll have to go down there and check that out and see how much of it is even paranormal, if at all. I mean, I think most of it's more towards the Sasquatch and interaction with aliens, because I want to know what Josh Gates, still to this day, I want to know what it was. It was the thing in the sky, whatever.
Oh, he'll tell you.
Yeah,
When you
Orville.
go down there,
Orville
Orville will tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, and they have pictures of it, and they sell the book and all that stuff.
yeah.
I mean, they wrote a book about it and all
Yeah.
that fun stuff. So, yeah, it's just, is that the signal? Is that, I mean, to letting things know that we're around that area, or is it Bigfoot, interacting? Because it was Sarah was telling us, wasn't she? The one that was saying that she feels like that show she watched or whatever, they said that was, or maybe she just came out and said it. She felt that like a calling thing, up on top of a hill.
You can, it's a way of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
In your mind, I think she was saying how you can send that message like, hey, at this certain time, I'm going
Come
to go
pick me
out
up.
there. I'm going to shine my light out there. Please
Mhm.
send a signal back. And you go out there and you shine a flashlight up there, and then all of a sudden you'll see a light hit down
Yeah.
toward you
Right.
because they're up there.
No, I'm talking about with the aliens themselves.
Right.
We talked about portals, remember? And she said that's possible. She thought, oh yeah, but she did that experiment.
Yeah,
too.
she did an
Yeah.
experiment because the aliens
At
are
1010?
up there.
Yeah. So,
But then she also talked about that lake out in,
Yeah.
I think, Washington, that she said there's aliens up there all over.
yeah. Is that Crater Lake?
No.
Okay, I can remember. Where's Crater Lake at? Is that
Crater Lake's in Arizona. I
Arizona?
believe.
Oh, yeah,
It's
okay.
out in the desert.
And Crater Lake is mysterious as well.
Yeah.
But no, this one up in Washington is like Locust,
I can't remember.
something like that.
Yeah.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know I don't know what to think about whether we're alone. I mean, I don't think we are. Obviously, I don't know paranormal what it is, if it's related to
Who's to
aliens.
say there's not aliens all around all the
Right.
time, you know?
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
don't know.
people are capturing things up in the sky during the daytime, too.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense
Yeah.
to what we have. I mean, everyone's like, well, we've got the technology now.
Well, and
Do we?
I just saw something. Johnny Hauser had just posted that. What he saw that picture or whatever, the lights in the sky. Did you see that thing?
Yeah.
And it ended up being a Starlink, which was the satellite.
Yeah, the satellites.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool when you
Yeah.
see it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look natural, but it's cool to see.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got new technology like SpaceX that's doing stuff, but
True.
a lot of stuff that's before that
Right.
has been happening.
Yeah.
Well, just all the, even the government documents that were unclassified or declassified,
Right.
that say all kinds of wild stuff that they had never openly admitted to before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe you're being abducted from your house.
Maybe. I don't.
Well, I'm sure we all have those, I call them lost moments,
Yeah.
where
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
be doing something and then you'll
Right.
realize a little while later that you're still doing it. It happens to me while I'm driving sometimes.
Yeah. You lose track of where
Yeah.
you're driving, and you're like, "How the hell did I get here?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can be like miles down the road,
Right.
and you remember nothing.
Right. It was just scary to think you were behind a
Where do you go?
a vehicle.
Where do you go during that time?
I
It's
don't
also
What-
called dementia.
What happens to you?
No, I'm kidding.
What if,
No,
what
I'm
if-
kidding. I know what you're talking about,
No,
though.
what if abductions by aliens
And that
are
split moment.
mental more than physical? What if they jump your mind? What if they jump your conscious? And they abduct you that way,
I don't
more
know.
than physically taking you aboard
What
the
if
ship
they're-
and running the probes in all the holes.
What if they are like
Checking the
connecting
old
into your? What if they are connecting into your soul or your
Right.
spirit? More of like an out of body experience, and that's what
Right.
people are having.
Right.
And it's not really like, oh, we've taken your whole body up or anything.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's
be.
crazy thought. That's a crazy thought.
Could be.
I've heard that argument before about that being an abduction, or
But-
at that time you're
Yeah,
lost
what
in
if the
thought.
abduction is?
Yeah.
But then
Your
you do
mental
have that the Unsolved Mysteries. First season.
Uh-huh.
Where the mother and daughter were driving.
Right.
And they
Yeah.
had the kid in the back, and somehow they were switched
Yeah.
seats. So somehow they were out of the car
Right.
somehow, and was rearranged.
Yeah.
Old ET like messed up and put the wrong person behind the wheel.
Right.
You know.
How
Well,
that-
I think some of the abductions are physical. Like they
Yeah.
do take you in,
Yeah.
check the dipstick in all the holes and see what's going on.
Well, and we talked.
But I think sometimes,
I think so.
I've wondered if maybe it's not possible for them to abduct your conscious or your
That's a
maybe,
crazy
inner
thought.
being.
Maybe. Well, you've heard about, or maybe you haven't heard about. There's reports of people. Well, go to the doctor and they're like, "Oh, when did you get this surgery done?" And they're like, "What surgery? I've never had surgery in my life."
Right.
And
Yeah.
they're like, "Well, you got this thing in your foot, whatever. That's I can't remember what they call them. It's like a probe, not a probe, but a.
It's like a little piece of metal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is not when they abstract it. It's like it's not. I'll say not on of this earth. We'll say
Right.
there's no known
It's
substance that
extraterrestrial.
possibly, yeah. And they're thinking, well, they put a probe in you or a chip in you or something, whatever. Because I was watching. There's been a lot of shows lately on UFOs, instead of ghost hunting shows for some reason, which I've been watching them. Talk about the famous Betty Hill and Barney Hill.
Oh yeah.
The thing about that, there's a couple, African American and a white female out, and this is in the 60s.
I believe so.
50s or
Yeah.
60s.
Yeah.
They're out driving, coming home, or driving out in the middle of nowhere, coming home, whatever.
Coming
and,
home from a dinner party.
Is that what it is, dinner party?
Mhm.
And so they're dressed up, suit and tie at the time, and she has a dress on, and they're driving, and they vividly remember, well, they see a bright light.
They see a light that for a long time
Mhm.
she was witnessing as if it was like almost following them.
Yeah.
She just kept staring at it.
That's right.
Finally mentioned it to him, like,
And it
this
zooms in.
star keeps following us.
Right. and that's when it comes like zooming in on him, doesn't
Yeah,
it? Or it shows up
it
there
goes
in
off
front of
into the
him.
woods. It
Right.
goes down, and that's when Barney's like, "I gotta go check this out."
Right.
So he grabs his binoculars and he heads off into the woods to like see what he could see. And sorry if I'm taking over the story.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
You know the
He,
story much as I do, so good.
So he
Dang it,
he
Jason.
ran out there to check it out, and I remember the story right.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
read it several times. He remembers seeing the craft. He like kind of climbed up into the tree a little bit, and he's like
Yeah.
looking at it with the binoculars.
Mm-hmm.
He sees the craft. He sees the beings like outside,
Right.
walking around. And then he noticed that one of the creatures inside that he's like staring at notices him, like kind of turns and looks in his direction. And he's like, "How is that possible? I'm hidden." But
Right.
they knew he was there.
Right.
And he just flipped. So he ran back to the car. They get back. He gets back in there, tries to get it started. It won't start. And when they both look up ahead of them, they're surrounded by the creatures.
Right.
And then that's all they remember at that time.
Well, and the thing is, they wake up, and I don't remember how much time has elapsed.
I think it was like 3 hours, I
Has it
believe.
been that long?
And they
And-
were a little further down the road, I believe.
Yeah, and then she had on her dress some kind of substance on there that
Yeah.
they couldn't figure out. Nobody could figure out what it was. I mean, as far as once again, it was. They said it wasn't of this earth, possibly.
Yeah. Her dress is actually in a museum.
Yeah.
And
This
it
is
has
them.
radio. It has.
They did the Geiger
Radioactive,
counter, didn't
yeah.
they? And
Yeah.
they were radioactive.
Yeah.
Like the car, them.
Right. And the odd thing about it too. Sorry, Renee, I covered your face up.
All right.
The thing about it too is they remember bits and pieces, but they didn't really remember much until they went under hypnosis, and
Yeah.
then they could recount everything that they. Oh, I remember the bright light. I remember seeing the ship,
Right.
and it's like that triggered whatever this belief was, or whatever possibly happened to them, but it wasn't until hypnosis happened. So
Right.
it's just like it's bizarre. It's one of the more notable UFO claims, and it's from the 60s or whatever,
Right.
50s and 60s time, and the fact that this is even a thing is crazy. But they talked about them a lot too lately. I've been seeing that.
It's a fascinating story that still is not explained. And same with the Travis Walton story.
Right.
Right.
So those two stories really rank up there as two of the best.
Mm. Yeah. What's it called? The what's the second
Fire
one?
in the
Fire
Sky.
Sky.
Yeah.
Love
I was
I
it.
watched
thinking-
that when I was way too young to watch it.
I watched it when I was in high school, so
Ah.
yeah.
I watched it when
God,
I was
you would
probably
have
like
been-
6 or 7.
You would have been, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
No, not
Man.
then. Not when you were in high school, but
No, you.
I know.
Yeah.
I would have been older than that.
Yeah, probably. I was a senior, so I'm 43 now, so
You were a senior in what year?
96.
I was a freshman in '96.
Nice. But Carl said they're downloading our memories.
It's possible.
I mean,
Maybe.
I don't know. That's
It'd
just
be the fastest
So-
way to acquire knowledge of our planet.
right. Use
Maybe
us.
we'll-
Put it into a collective.
Yeah.
Use our own.
Yeah,
Use us against
and
us.
Then we get into the collective theory. I mean,
You know, it almost makes it sound like we are the gerbils,
Probably.
and we're just being tested for everything.
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah.
You know.
I
But on
watched-
that note,
What?
It's 8:00.
Okay.
You want to
Eight
start?
No.
No.
Come on,
Come on.
come on.
We can. Yeah, that's fine.
I don't want to waste the time or the chance.
Oh,
or
I'm not
the
wasting time.
opportunity.
No, we just I don't know what we're gonna do here. I mean, as far as the investigative side of things go, we can continue to have some conversation. We can ask direct questions.
Yeah.
Any of us can, and we can.
Just got to get everything turned on and
Yeah. So
Turn some
let's
stuff
go ahead and do
on.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get that started.
bear with us for a
Yeah,
second.
go ahead. I'll keep talking. Renee and I can talk while you do that.
Nope, not talking.
Okay. But what the guys are going to do is going to start the equipment up here, and we'll start doing some investigating and may do a Frank's Box session maybe or something too. Just see what's happening. While we're doing that, I'm going to turn on my recorder so we can get that going. And
So KQ
Just-
is really going high.
just curious to see what's going
I
on.
didn't know
Yeah, I don't
how much it
understand.
would be affected.
I don't know
But look, it's not doing that.
the millimeter, and I'm gonna put you guys on
The
camera.
millimeter's not going crazy. It's just the K2.
Excuse me. They're getting stuff set up right there, as you can see. Oh, you can't see it yet. Right there. For some reason, I noticed that earlier the K2 was going off prior to anything being in there, which I don't know if it was the other equipment, because I held it up to the other equipment and it wasn't triggering it. It's like it's
Can you see the screen?
Oh, yeah. Yep. It's like it's, I don't know. If you pick it up, hold it up off your hand, Jason. Hold it down just a little bit in cam. There you go. See, it's like it'll reset itself possibly, but then it still keep going. Now, granted, we are recording live here in studio, you know, so maybe the airwaves
Yeah.
are triggering.
Mustard, square.
Mustard? Square? We're
Yeah.
getting all this. Is the sound on all of this right now? Like
Yeah.
the sound itself? So we can
Yeah.
kind of hear it?
I don't think either one of us just got in front of that, did we?
Nope, we're not touching it.
So,
We're not
I was
in
gonna
front of
say
it.
also keep in mind too that the music box,
It's,
it's very rare for it to go off. I mean, it doesn't. It's one of the devices that doesn't go off
that thing's just spitting
as
out words.
much. We've
Yeah.
had success with at other places.
I'm gonna check the room.
yeah. It's shadow detection was what it is on the music box. You have to walk in front of the Pro, basically. I was watching where
If
Jake
I put
is.
my hand in front of it,
Yeah, so Jake's putting his hand in front of it. They can't really see it, but
it should not keep going.
Be going
yeah.
off.
Otherwise, in studio, it's pointed at a wall,
It
basically.
should not be playing right now.
It's pointed
Can
towards the
you
wall,
make that
a
stop?
walkway.
For a second. You
I'm gonna-
like it? Make it stop for a second.
I'm going to do this real quick here.
Thank you.
I'll put this in frame better.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah,
Especially while the K2 meter's going crazy like that.
yeah, and I don't know. The K2 shouldn't be hitting on anything.
It shouldn't be, but it's here. Let's try the old hard reset.
And the millimeters at a 0.3 are
Point two,
0.3.
point three. It keeps going back and forth.
I'm gonna reset.
Now, I mean, granted, we're in a room, like I said, where we are using electronics. Could that be something possibly? Maybe.
Or
Okay, that's just that resetting itself.
Yeah, it keeps climbing up. The millimeter itself keeps climbing up.
Well, I can tell you that a room full of electronics won't make the music box go off like it is.
No. Is your lantern on?
It is.
I can't see it. Oh, I see it. It's kind of out of frame. I don't know if I can get it in frame. Let me see here. Yeah, that'll work better. There you go. Yep. So it's hard to see on camera.
I can hear the Ovilus saying words. Hey, make the music box stop, please.
That is weird.
I've even reset it.
Yeah, it makes no
Let's
sense.
do it one more time.
Is it the cable?
Shouldn't be.
Why would the table? There's nothing electricity on it. I mean,
Bag.
bless you.
Excuse
that's
me,
just
sorry.
a plastic
Yeah.
table, isn't it?
It's a card table.
Oh, okay.
Now, could it have static built up on it? Maybe.
Yeah, but the static won't make this go.
That's true because it's shadow detection. Bring it back into
It's
frame mode.
weird that
There you go.
the K2's going off, but this is a K2 as well. It's
Yeah.
just easier to see. Here's the sensor.
Yeah, right now that K2 is just dark. You can't really see it. I mean, it's not dark. It's you can see it in frame. It's just here. Let me do something.
The REM pod.
Let me do this real quick here. Sorry.
Did you see that?
What did it do?
Well, the
REM
REM
pod's
pods.
That's bizarre. I'm gonna turn the light on real quick so you can see it just in frame better.
Hmm. Pretty interesting.
So the REM pod shouldn't be doing that. I'm gonna reset this.
So we're getting some things maybe possibly already. I
Wait,
mean,
4.
I don't know what. Curious to see what's going on.
Okay, it stopped.
Hmm.
About the
Okay.
purple light.
Is that you?
Yep, that was me.
Okay. Trying to get this better.
I don't know why the K2's flipping out.
Yeah, I couldn't figure it out either. I noticed it did it earlier. Only thing I think of is Wi-Fi, maybe. Because that can affect things like your phones and stuff.
You want me to grab it and just kind of take it over here, see if it does.
Well, that's... Oh, it's like pixelating real bad now.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. The screen's all of a sudden... I guess it could be because of the... Well, let me do this real quick here. It could be because of me. Hang on one second. Let me adjust some filters real quick here to see if that helps.
And those are
You
new
play the
batteries in the
music
K2
again?
meter?
Yeah, I checked everything this morning. Or earlier, before the guys got here, I put it... Ooh, that's not helping.
Go ahead, play the music again.
There we go. It's a little better. Yeah, like I said, you don't have to be afraid of us. We just want to know who you are. Can you come talk to us? You have that device in the center of the table. That's bizarre. It's like I mean, the millimeter still shows a 0.3, which is not a lot, but usually a baseline is 0.0 or 0.1. Can you make any of those devices on the table go off, other than the K2, obviously? If you want to, Jake, you can turn on the SB7 if you want to.
You want me to turn
Yeah,
it on?
why not? I'm just curious if we can get any kind of...
The Frank box.
We can in just a
See
little
that
bit,
light
yeah.
first here, see?
There's just a button you power on the side. Like a circle button. That should be a blue light. There you go. And then just your typical SB7. You can turn the volume up on the side of that too. There's like a swivel. What was that? Oh, has music at first? I think it sounded like a squeal at first. Okay, we're trying to reach whoever we've been seeing lately here in our studio. Can you come in and talk to us? Come on, I know you're not shy.
Why did you choose to look like me?
So weird. It got like eerily quiet. So let me try.
You want me to go over there?
Yeah, you can walk faster. Let me try something when Jason passes. He's gonna set the the spirit box on, or the that's me. What was that? Heard a weird noise there.
What does it said?
So it says nation, surfer, big. What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Are you hearing that?
It said something.
It is.
It did.
I heard a shh.
Yeah, I keep hearing shh.
Yeah.
If that's you trying to talk to us, can you make that same sound again?
Play some music then.
So we're getting some triggered things I saw. Not sure what that is. Come on, you want to be heard, I can tell. You're trying to talk to us.
You can talk with everyone at this point.
Do you know one of us? Heard a voice there, like a female.
Yeah, female.
Yeah. Like it said hi, maybe?
Yeah, I was like, "Ah."
Hi.
But it was in here. It wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't through the spirit box. We think we heard you. Can you do that a little louder, maybe? A little clearer? Can you say your name through that radio? What'd that say?
I don't know.
Say that one more time. I heard you. While that's looking up, I'm gonna try to figure out what that word means. Thurifer? I never heard of that before.
It almost sounded like it said my name, to be honest.
What? Says the acolyte carrying a censer?
I still don't get it.
I don't either.
What's it say?
An acolyte carrying a censer? I've never heard of that word ever in my life.
Why did you pick that word? What does it mean?
Huh. What's a thurible, I wonder? Oh, okay. So it says an acolyte carrying a censer or a thurible. So this is a thurible. I don't even know what that was until now, which is intriguing. Actually, let me do this other one. Hang
Oh,
on.
is that the smoke thing?
Uh-huh.
In Catholic Church?
I don't know why.
Yeah.
What if they put the holy water in a little bit?
Yeah. So according to the dictionary, yeah, it says thurible is this.
Here's, you want that?
That's a thurible. It's the anybody who's been to a church, they put holy water in there or something, incense in there or something, and they swing that around and bless the room.
It's usually done at funerals.
What are you trying to say?
Come on, we can hear you. Give us your name, please. What'd that say? I heard that.
Talking too low to understand what it says.
Are you having a hard time talking? There's plenty of energy in here in this room. We got lights, cameras, phones. Come on, we want answers, please.
Almost sound like it said, I'm in here.
Who's in here?
Maybe female.
I'm in here.
Does one of us know you? If so, who? Which one of us knows you? the viewers at home, if you're just joining us, we are doing a somewhat investigation in the Cryptic Heartland Studios due to recent events of possible shadows, some weird interaction. So we want to know if get any kind of answers live on air. We have a table set up here with some gadgets on there. The first gadget you see is a millimeter, which right now it's been at a steady 0.3. Next to it is the Ovilus 5, and then a K2, which has been continuously going off for some reason. And then right above that we have a music box that triggers basically based upon shadow detection. We have the SB7 going right there behind it, in between that. And then the thing on the right, upper right, is it's a new K2 that's out. It's kind of like a lantern-looking thing that changes colors if anything goes up there and touches it. And you ask yourself, why did we put a holy water there? It's because on the K2 itself, we got a word we never heard of, thurifer. And when we did a quick search of it, it says an acolyte or something carrying a thurible, which a thurible is a like chrome-looking device that in church they swing back and forth that they do blessings with, as far as like incense and whatnot. Is it true or something? What did it say? It's that same female voice.
Yeah, it's female.
Do you have a name? If so, who are you? Come on, don't be shy. We're not afraid of you. I'm gonna check the Ovilus to see if anything's changed. I don't think it has. I hear that female again. Huh.
What is
It
that?
says Synin, S-Y-N-I-N. Incubus, which is a female demon,
Yeah.
and Fresh. Actually, Succubus is the female. Incubus is the male version of that. With Tahlequah, they had Incubus and Succubus down there following the brothers, following Callahan. I'm not saying it's related. It's possible. Okay. It says, after Synin, it says threat, Halo. How's my voice maybe triggering it or not? Halo? No? Do you belong in this house?
Went off again.
Yeah, it's blinking. It's not triggering. There it goes. Step away. I don't think it's me. It's not me.
So you belong here?
Where's that one? Oh, you said S-H?
Oh, like earlier.
Oh, we did tell the shit. Are you a librarian or something? Now we're getting it. Let's go. You're a librarian? It says shush.
Very
I went to a
interesting.
0.4 on the millimeter for a split second. We're getting a female voice this whole time. Real soft, mind you.
Right.
Saying that she's a librarian. Were you a librarian at a Catholic school maybe? Or a religious school?
Did Leo forget to take a book back to the library? That's weird.
That is very odd. Very, very odd. Is it doing it again? Thought I heard it going off again.
Not yet.
I don't know what that is. That's very bizarre.
So you are a female.
So were you a librarian?
0.4
Now it's not going
on
off.
the millimeter.
Are you the person that looks in the door at people?
There was a female voice.
Yeah, it was.
That was a female response
I
to
swear
that.
she goes, uh-huh.
That's what I heard too. What was your question, Jake? I had my headphones. I was moving around. What was your question?
If she was the person who looks in the door at people.
Oh. Are you tall?
Are you the babysitter? Thought I'd go that way.
Why babysitter? Because
Watching
she watches
over all
over
of
us.
you, peeking
Yeah.
around the corner, speaking of your son.
Who have you saw peeking around the corner that you watched? Say our name.
Are you the watcher?
Are you the big person? Do you know who the big shadow is?
Are any of you guys feeling anything? Like getting nauseous all of a sudden, which is weird.
I can't hear you.
I'm getting nauseous.
Are you?
Yeah, that's why I asked you. I don't know why.
Have you been a person who's been blessed?
Are you here because of Leo?
Sorry, they didn't hear you. They don't have their headphones on.
Lights flicked.
Renee asked if. Would you ask again, Renee? I'll tell those guys.
If this
Sorry, I can't hear
person
you
is a
over that.
person that has been blessed in the church.
Renee asked, "Are you a person that's been blessed in the church?" Don't know how loud it is. I can't tell for people at home how loud the K2 or the spirit box is. Charles says I was married to a succubus. Oh my god. Can't tell what it says on the screen now. If I can
Should we
zoom.
try the Frank's box and see if it might talk easier that way?
Can. Hang on a second. They thought maybe it sounded like it said the name Diane. Trying to figure out what the.
Diane, huh? I don't know who that is.
Don't know.
You know who that is, Leo?
Is your name Diane?
I didn't even hear anything.
Is your name Diane? If your name's Diane, make the music box play.
Is your name Diane?
Huh.
We can do it. We can do a Frank's box if you want to.
You want to?
Yeah. Go ahead and pause it. What we're gonna do next, we're gonna do a Frank's
do
box.
No, you do it. You do it this time. Switch it up.
Go ahead and just push that button. We're gonna set the Frank's box. What it is where we have somebody use a spirit box with headphones on, noise canceling headphones. What I'm gonna do actually, I think, is I'm gonna go ahead and continue maybe playing something, a spirit box in studio, while Jason does that. Do you need headphones? No, noise canceling
You want
headphones?
Dan's that are actually noise canceling?
Yeah, that'll work.
I'm gonna do something. Oh, crap, I'll trip on stuff.
Thanks, sir.
I'm gonna continue to play
Mine are packed.
studio.
Where they
That's
are.
me doing that, by the way, people. I'm gonna continue to play it real low.
Or do you want a portal?
Do what?
Or do you want a portal while he does that? And then it's two different talking devices.
Do that. Oh,
Yeah, here's-
that's not quite there. Hang on, let me do this.
Tell me when you're ready for me to kick it on.
You have a portal going?
Yeah, I have it ready.
Okay.
Here, you want to hook it to the speaker, put it over there.
Just me moving.
Almost sound like it said.
You gotta open the
Can they
little
hear you?
headphone port on the bottom.
Sorry, people.
Bottom. Yep, by your, yep, right there.
Maybe.
You want me to do it?
Oh, I see it down here now.
Yeah.
That's the easier spot. Why isn't this playing now?
Probably have to turn the volume up. Up on the side by your fingertip. Other, yeah.
There we go. So what Jason's doing this Frank's boss session. We'll do a portal and session inside at the same time. I want to see if this hasn't changed since on the Ovilus. That's me, people. Get this going, right? Okay, hopefully people at home can hear the portal in the background. We'll let what Jason's going to do, we'll continue to ask questions, and then he'll just blurt out what he hears through the spirit box that he can't hear us right now. Right, Jason? Yeah, he can't hear us. So, we were talking with the librarian a minute ago, we think. Can you, Okay. Yeah, Charles said we need to go over our audio because he keeps hearing voices. We're trying to get a hold of whoever was talking to us. Did I say I'm here again?
I'm here again.
A high-pitched female, I'm here.
Yeah.
So far, Jason hasn't heard anything coming through. He's not sleeping. Well, maybe he is.
Earlier, when you were setting up the portal, it almost sounded like they said, "Can they hear us?" or "Can they hear me?"
Through the
Something
portal?
Like yeah.
Can you give a message to Jason that only he can hear?
Behind you.
Behind you?
Behind you.
Behind who? Yeah. Who are you behind? Come Come on, we want to know who's here.
He shouldn't be here.
Yeah. And then it got really loud all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says he shouldn't be here.
Why? But I live here. This is our studio.
Who is he?
You know me. You've seen me before. You've seen all of us before.
I'm outside.
Outside where? Did you say open?
Open the door.
That's what I was going to do. I'm going to open our studio door real quick. Invite this thing in. He's dead?
Yeah.
Open the door.
The spirits will come in?
Yeah.
Okay. Opening the door.
Hey, come on in.
Want to crack it like it always is so you see the shadow person?
Bring it on.
Yep.
So I just said, bring it on. Okay, the door's open.
Yep, we have our studio door open. Come on in. You said you were outside. Come inside. Give us a clear sign that you're here with us. Hmm.
Who is outside?
Did I say O.J. Simpson?
He is.
He is? I was kidding about the O.J. Simpson part. Sorry.
Who is he?
Hitler? Did I say Hitler?
And then the music box played.
Quite a bit.
Oh, it did, didn't it? Okay, the spirit box is going off on its own, guys.
Yep. None of us are even out of our seats.
I'll give you an idea what the room looks like. I'm going to turn this camera around real quick. So, there's nobody over there.
Right now?
Yeah,
It's
right
facing
now.
the wall, basically. That wall.
Can you play? Yeah,
So, yeah, the
play
wall.
that. Play some music.
Jason's there. Jake is disappeared over there somewhere behind the screen. Behind the camera, actually. He's right there. What's beeping?
The music box is playing.
But something's beeping. Is REM pod going off? Where's the REM pod?
No, the REM
Oh,
box
REM
is
pod's not
sitting
going
there.
off. It's just sitting there. There's the outside of the door that we have open. That was our wild ride through the
So did
studio.
you come in to play some music?
Is that your phone?
Yeah.
What the? Oh.
Pac-Man came in. Or we just lost. And it's a
He
ghost.
died.
Pac-Man
He died.
chases
Yeah,
ghosts.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Ooh.
It's like a growling sound.
You're hearing. He's hearing the growling sound.
Yeah, that's what we were hearing.
Possibly similar to what your son heard.
Yep. Who makes the growling sound? Give us a name. Are you still here? You moving the spirit bar or the
That shouldn't be playing music.
that's playing on its own.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's facing. Man, it's getting cold in here.
Come outside.
Why don't you come in here? Yeah. Can you play me a whole
Crystal-
song on that?
It's been ongoing for quite a bit of time now. Ever since we've done the podcast in this room, we've heard things in and out at all various day, night, doesn't matter what time it is. I thought I heard a kid's voice in there or something.
It was.
Wow, what was that? That sounded like a growlish kind of a thing. I asked you not. I think it's to keep your mouth shut too.
How many of you?
Waiting.
For what? What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting.
For what? What are you waiting for?
Probably for us to come outside. That's what it said prior to that.
You gotta tell me where outside is. Outside the studio? Something's up?
Or outside the house.
Okay. I will, Dan. Said the boys whispering to us. Nope. Yeah. Massacre? There's that kid again.
Is it the kid that's playing the music box? Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, Renee heard that too. Sorry, my camera's all crooked
You
now.
like the music box? Is it pretty cool? Yeah?
I found all something.
There you go.
Yeah, play away if that's
Yeah.
what you like.
Play us the whole song. I'd like to hear it.
Female's voice, can't make out what she's saying.
Now it's getting hot over here. It was getting cold, now it's hot.
Is somebody else coming in?
And it's really hot.
Hey,
Hey.
that was a male voice.
How old are you?
There's that whisper again.
Yeah. Tell me how old you are.
Go back home.
We are waiting.
Well, if you're waiting, you
We
have
are
to-
here.
Like you came on in this room?
Can you knock something over, make a noise in the studio?
He's on the go.
Yeah, I said something about that. Something about going. Tell him to go? Tell who to go? Oh, your dog scared me. Renee.
Oh crap! I didn't even see her.
I saw movement behind you and I saw the dog. But that music box going off again.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. I mean, we're all sitting down.
Let's show
think
people at
we'll be
home
good.
again.
Said home, and it was a very deep voice.
Oh, wow. So, there's nothing there. Well, there's nothing showing up on camera, I don't think. Oh, I heard a whisper there.
Yep.
Like the last one here?
Yeah. Who's the last one here?
He's right now something. I couldn't catch what it said. Have you always been here? Tired?
Mhm.
Did you come here with someone?
It's black.
Yeah. Spirit we see is a big black shadow.
I miss you. That was,
Oh yeah, and then something. The guy said something to it. Did I say
yeah,
Jason?
he's like, miss me.
Or it's me?
Oh, I couldn't hear. I was moving too much.
3.
Three what?
Three.
Are you counting down? Or there's 3 of you? I'm hearing a beeping noise, but I don't know where it's coming from.
Well, when the music box skips a little bit, it goes beep beep.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm hearing then.
Yeah.
There's no reason for that music box to be going off. Like I said,
No.
it's moving by shadow movement detection, and there's nothing there.
Horrible.
What's horrible?
Quite a few.
Quite a few things are horrible. You're right. It's 2020. Everything's been horrible.
And they're not wrong. It's weird how it gets loud all of a sudden, and then... Are you closer to it? Is that why it's louder? Yeah. If you're joining us, barely viewers at home, we're doing a mini investigation in the studio here due to recent events. We're seeing more shadows and voices in here, which we've always had. It just depends on what some of the subject matter we cover. The darker subject matter we go over, it seems like sometimes, it has affects either our feed or our equipment or something.
Let's clarify.
Clarify what?
We are here.
Okay? We know you're here.
Oh.
How many is we?
What the hell was that? Did you sneeze?
Fucker.
Did you say fucker?
Yeah.
Gee.
You making fun of me because I calling me a name because I made fun of you? Hey, Gail.
You
Like I
say
said,
we're here.
We're doing
How
a
many
mini
is we?
investigation in the studio because we've been seeing a lot of stuff in here, inside and outside the studio lately. That's why we have some devices set up. We have our millimeter that's been pretty consistent. It's on 0.3.
Dan.
What do you say?
Dan.
Dan's watching.
Dan is calling you out. Dan's
watching, yeah.
Mm.
This isn't somebody that goes with Dan, is it? Somebody whose name we don't want to really mention?
Want to play?
Yes. Come out and play.
Yes, Chucky.
Come out and play with us.
There he is. Did you hear it whisper? There he is.
Yeah, I did.
I'm just a person.
Okay.
Well, so are we.
Gail, we always have stuff pops in time to time during one of our podcasts, our live podcasts. Whether it be a child's voice, male, female. But lately we've been seeing a lot of shadows and stuff, like
Yeah.
big dominating shadows
I
basically
know it
outside
is,
the studio
Dan.
door. Last week after last week's episode.
Behind door.
Yeah, behind the door, right? That's weird. And
I'm you.
you're who? Who's you? Me
Or Jake.
Me?
or Jake?
You
Yeah,
me?
we've met.
Yeah.
So we're trying to figure out.
Terrified?
No,
No.
And that was a question.
No.
takes a lot to get us scared, unfortunately.
But is he talking about being terrified? Like Leo being terrified, little Leo.
Yeah, that's true. That's weird, Nate. That voice.
Trapped.
That voice that came through sounded like you.
Did it really?
Trapped.
Yeah, right before you spoke.
Who's trapped?
I heard you.
What Jason's doing.
Are you up for this?
Yes.
Yep.
What Jason's doing is he's doing we call it Frank's box. It's been called Estes method, where you put on noise canceling headphones, and you have the white noise of the spirit box, SB7, going through the through the speakers itself. He can't hear us at all, so he's just saying words that he picks up through the SB7.
Felt like something just touched my hand.
Nobody's. Oh, I heard a bang over here.
Yep. I heard that.
Yeah.
Like footsteps.
Are you coming to see us? Come on in if you are.
Began.
As you can see, we're not terrified of you. That's why we told you to come in and invited you. Enough.
Did you hear that?
I did. It was real deep and guttural. Enough. Are you scared of us?
Grandpa.
We're just trying to talk to you. Yeah?
There goes the music box again.
You sound like my voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Thought I saw a shadow next to me. That's why I jolted a little bit. Are you right next to us? Right next to you? Maybe?
Before it sounded like Jake's voice. It said something about
Can you play me
Grandpa.
some more music on the
And
music
then-
box?
Yeah, or you say
The
grandpa.
music box played.
Who's grandpa? Right here? What? That's real low. I can't even tell if that was to the portal or in the studio. It's like a little kid laughing. You're right.
Think I'll stay.
Depends who you are. Tell me who you are.
Not scared.
Right after he said not scared, that said something demonic.
Did it? I heard it real low, but I couldn't tell.
He said not scared, and it said something demonic.
Not backing down.
Well, no, we're not either.
Are you? Do you belong to the house?
Enough.
Oh, some whispering going on right there.
Play me some more music. I want to hear more of that song. Play it longer.
Of course, I keep looking behind out the doors, making sure nothing's walking in or up.
Was
That's
the
where
house built by your in-laws or was it built by someone else?
someone else.
Okay.
It was built in the 80s. I turn and it goes like, whoops. Did I see you? Are you outside the door?
Oh, I heard it watching you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's funny as I look out the door.
Well, you had just
Yeah.
asked, are you outside the door? And then it said watching you.
Are you watching me? You can come in if you want. I'm going to move the camera just a little bit, people at home, so you can kind of see what I'm seeing outside the door, if anything. If I can find the angle. Sorry. So, outside that door right there is, I see sometimes especially through that little crack where the light is, you'll see shadow play movement back and forth. Something moves. That's why I was turning that way. Are you outside the door right now?
It's weird. Almost the same kind of sound that the portal makes, I'm hearing through this. Same kind of backwards talking.
Yeah. Oh, I just saw a shadow on the
You
floor.
should be here.
Are you outside the door? I just heard a whisper. Behind the screen? What screen? This screen behind us? If you're behind that screen, can you move it?
I think it said always watching.
Which kind of goes along with our claims that we've seen this thing outside of our doorways. There's something I've seen outside of the studio. Something has gone up. There's this detector again.
Play that for longer. I want to hear more of that. Waiting outside.
Well, you had your opportunity. Come on in. I've
Watch you.
asked you. Why are you
Don't just watch us. Come in and talk with us.
So why are you so adamant about watching? Why can't you come in here and show yourself on camera? You can be ours or no face. Come on in.
We've always seen you or heard you while doing the show and maybe acknowledged you a little bit, but tonight is your chance to be fully acknowledged.
Yep. Wow.
Yep.
Idiot.
Well,
Getting that nauseous feeling again.
No, I got it
Charles
this
says
time
it's a
too.
mimic.
I
Yeah.
was feeling that right before you said it.
It's like I'm gonna throw up for some reason. Are you close by? Is that why I'm feeling the way I am? Or Jake is too? Are you
I'm able.
able to what?
What, make us feel nauseous?
Affect us? Did he sniff over there, Jason?
No, but I heard that.
What the fuck was that?
It was like right out here in the middle.
I heard a like
Yeah.
that.
Right as you did the music.
Are you
box.
hissing at us?
I've heard the name Adam twice now.
Adam?
Adam?
There goes
So
the
is Adam maybe the shadow?
Adam, are you the
Oh,
little boy?
Oh, good point.
Or Adam, are you the big shadow? If you're the little boy, play the music box.
I heard like a crack outside the door. Like something
Jake.
walked up.
What?
I'm gonna take a straw out.
Still
is that
here?
You?
Yep,
What?
I sure am.
I'm gonna take a straw out, make sure nobody's out there.
What do you have to say?
Us three.
Us three what? Are you out there with Leo, walking around?
Jason.
Yep.
So you're right,
So you
Charles. It
said
is
my name,
mimicking them.
you said Jason's name. Who's the other guy? Who's out there walking around? Sound like a female said I don't miss him.
Neither do we.
It actually said doppelganger.
That's interesting.
I hear you.
Okay, let us hear you.
Or even see you.
Right.
Bless you.
Mocking.
Bless you. There it is, Charles, the mocking.
Who are you mocking?
Mocking.
Yep. Who?
Leo's home.
Wow.
What about?
Oh yeah, that's where we're at. Why are you here?
I'm gonna walk the outside of the studio here to see if anybody was out there. There's nobody there.
I can.
And now it's going off again.
You can? Like you can play the music? Play it some more.
Just viewers at home, just so you know, like I said, nobody's there. Where the music box is. Excuse me. It's on a table right in front of us. There's a wall there. That's all there is. Jason and them are over there. So it's not them moving around. And I'm over here across the room.
Leo.
What? Eat pizza? I like pizza.
I want pizza.
I don't know what to make of all this tonight. It's not startling to me or anything like that. It's just curious to.
It's very curious.
There's a
That
whisper
whisper
there.
was
Yeah,
really
real.
weird.
Did you hear it,
Yeah.
Nay?
Yeah, I heard it. Was that on the portal?
I'm a part.
I can't tell.
You're part of what?
Little laugh.
Yeah, a little laugh on there.
All of this.
You're part of all this?
I was a part of this once.
What type of part? What role do you play?
I'm gonna check the obelisk one more time. Well, I can do it over here, I guess. I just want to see if it did anything.
The journey.
I gotta
What
sneeze.
journey?
Excuse me. That's great radio. Yeah, the obelisk hasn't changed since we last read. I zoomed in on it real quick here. It's hard to read, but it says the same thing: SH, Halo, and Threat. It hasn't changed since I looked at it a little bit ago. What did it say? My heart? My haunt? My heart?
My haunt?
You're interested in me? Now listen up.
Yeah, something like that. That was
Is not the blood. Oh, my chest started hurting. It's not the blood. Something.
ow. After you said your chest hurt?
Yeah.
I see you.
Trying to look on some of the chat.
So the little kid said, I see you, and when I repeated it, he kind of chuckled.
Oh, really? And I must have. I looked away
I'm not
from
hearing
that.
anything.
That's weird because Jason has a consistent SB7 going. He's not hearing anything right
Gail
now.
said that this guy is just a
Say
jerk.
something to Jason.
Hmm.
Give Jason a message to give to us.
Creepy.
Creepy.
Creepy, and then who's
Even if it is creepy,
who
do
is
it.
this? Yeah, you can't really make us afraid.
We will stay. I am immortal.
Where did you come from?
Say Catholic. I heard Catholic.
Just
Wow.
like that smoke thing.
Okay, Gail said like a parabully. She said this guy's a jerk, like a parabully. Oh wow. I know you can't tell, but I was reading the chat line on my phone and it just went away.
The chat line did?
Yeah, completely on my phone.
It's still on my computer.
I mean, like, this is what I see now.
Oh, the whole thing went
Yeah, it
away.
just went away. Somebody had to try to log back in. That's like somebody. I was reading about the parabole. I was gonna ask Gail a question. Follow up. The hell,
Tonight?
Gail? Do you have a name for that guy that you said is a jerk?
You gonna play some more music?
What was that? Is that you, Nate?
What was it?
Like a bang, like a banging noise?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It was downstairs. Sorry.
No, I thought it was you, like moving. Yeah, Gail, see if you can pick up on a name. I'm just curious who you think this parabole is. Because I have my friend. The parabole is your friend?
Well, who is he?
Sure.
Give us that name.
You three.
Yeah? What about us?
I'm with you.
You're with
Okay.
who? Sounded crazy.
Where did you come from?
Like it said, listen, like it was whispering.
You're right.
Far.
You came from far?
Well, and then I heard the woman say from God himself, and I heard the guy say Satan.
Jim?
Gail says Dennis.
Dennis.
Dennis? Is your name Dennis?
No.
Okay. No, no to our question if your name's not Dennis. Did you know Dennis?
No.
Didn't know Dennis, huh? How can I say this? Were you hoping to meet Dennis? It's
Did
crazy.
it
Yeah.
say something about miss you?
I'm not sure.
You can play that music some more.
I gotta know, is your name
David?
is your name
David?
David? Yeah.
I am immortal.
Yeah, you said that. Are you truly immortal, or you just feel like you are? Think you are? I think I know who you are, but I want to
I know.
You know what? That I know who you are?
Possible.
Okay. Give me a letter of your name. Don't be a coward. Come on.
I heard from Joe. Is that what it said?
I don't know. It was very deep. It was very guttural. I couldn't hear it, or whispery.
Yeah.
I got like a T or a P.
That's weird. I said Jason can't hear us, right, Jason? Jason. Yeah, so he can't hear
It's
what
like
we're
trying to enunciate something. I can't.
You can do it. Say it to him.
Come out and say it. Don't be afraid.
Say your name. That's it. Say it.
Yeah, say it. Did you follow us? You said you came from far away. Who did you follow?
Awkward.
Why is it awkward? Oh my god. Did we bring you back with us somewhere? Come on, give me an answer. Whoa.
Charles said his feed just stopped and he had to restart it.
To be here.
Wow, that's weird.
Came from a long ways away to be here, huh?
So people at home are losing feed now? Earlier, Carl said he lost sound. It dropped for a minute. Come on. We're not going to do this much longer. It's getting later, so.
Yeah.
But we're definitely not going to stop talking to you.
Something happened.
Yeah?
The
What
feed.
was it?
I think I heard what I wanted to hear in that whisper. Tonight? Is that what it said? Talking to the person with the whisper. Yeah, did you hear it answer me? Are you the person I'm thinking of? Person? Were you mimicking me? My words?
Don't argue, I am.
You are what? Come on, give me your name. I'm tired of this. Give me your name. I'm tired of I'm not tired of doing this. I'm tired of arguing with you. Back and forth. You got me?
She heard it.
Wow, that's weird.
I keep hearing a name, but it's not coming through. It's not clear enough I can say. It's like in the background of all the noise and static.
Can you give... There was a bang outside the door. Can you give Jason that name, please?
Say it really loud to him. Sound like my voice.
Said Jake again.
Did you say it was...
But that's
At the
not the
same
name
time-
it was
At the same
saying.
time, that sounded like my voice coming out
Yeah,
of
and you
that.
said it said Jake again. That said Jake right there or something.
Why are you mimicking me?
It's like it said Jake filming.
I'm not filming right now.
Not tonight he's not. Usually he does, yes. Come on, give me your name. I don't want to say it until I know it's you.
Earth.
What about... I'll never say it, that it said? I'll never say it.
I want you to say it.
I think it goes with what Jason just said with Earth also.
What is all this?
What is all what? We're trying to communicate with you because you felt the need to talk to us.
That cannot be.
Well, that's true. Maybe it wasn't you the first time, but you're here now.
These are all things that will allow you to speak with us.
This voice is different.
Is it a male or a female?
You can't hear you.
I know. I want him to try to hear it. Come on. Tell me who you are, male or female? Or are you both here?
I am the elder.
Okay, that's going along with what I'm thinking.
Does he know we're here? That's what that said.
Is it the girl that's answering that, I
Yeah.
wonder? Was it a female voice said that?
Yeah, does he know we're
I've never
here?
been.
Not here, but you've been with me.
Have you never been human?
Both of you been with me. Twice. At least. 3 times maybe. Go out the back door?
And the kid said, he, that's him.
Yeah.
Turn up the heating.
I know.
What?
Turn up the heating. Whatever. Turn up the heating. Is it cold in here?
BB.
BB. Wow. I'm serious about the way God is something. Not the blood sound?
Down.
That's what I heard too. Yes. I keep hearing pizza. You're making me hungry.
Yeah.
Does your name start with the letter C?
Ice cold.
Pac-Man again. Does your name start with the letter C? What? Say it again. You're not sure? What about an S?
I am the elder.
I know. That's why I asked you first.
I am the one.
Okay. But the other one's here too, though. I've heard her. Getting all choked up now.
Who is the elder?
Who laughed? That was
I
like,
don't know. It was on there, the
It
portal.
Yeah.
is the one.
come on, give me your name.
No.
I know who you are. Give me your name.
I watch.
So,
Why don't you talk?
That's weird because it sounded like before that he said, I keep on watching.
I didn't even hear that. I was focused on what Jason was
I
saying.
watch.
Okay, so you need to come talk right now.
I'm not supposed to stay.
No, you can say it's okay.
I'm the elder. I said in the whisper too, that same thing. Wow. I know who the elder is, but I want you to say your name.
I must not say.
Come on. You freaking coward.
Why won't you say?
How about this? We demand you to say your name. You come talk to us, you have to say your name.
He's whispering back there underneath that.
Mm-hmm.
He'll tell me himself.
Okay, say it. Were you the person that threatened me once before?
That sounded like Jake.
This is crazy.
See?
Yeah. It's like we're not getting anywhere nearer the answers I thought.
No,
We're not getting the answers we need to figure out who has been watching us.
they're definitely here.
Yeah.
I think there's more than one.
Yeah. I think there's
Three?
two that's not related
I said three.
to me, whatever, but two that are showing up. A
There's
male
the
and a
little
female.
one, the woman, and the big one,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. I don't think he's as big as he thinks he is. That's his problem. You're the one that's whispering, right? The elder? I keep hearing you
Did
talk.
you hear what it whispered?
Wow.
F you,
Is that what it said?
like clear as day.
Before
but
or
not
after?
F,
Before or after I said that?
right after you said that.
So you're the one that's whispering? Am I on to you? Nothing? Says him again. That's crazy.
I don't think I've heard that much whispering on the portal before.
Not like that.
Mm-mm.
It's usually once or so, and then it kind of does its own thing. It's not a whisper. Is it a threat?
Yes.
Threat to who? I mean, you already threatened me once.
I was God.
Okay. I didn't know you think you were. I don't. You always proclaim to be.
It said vampire.
Vampire.
Vampire Diaries.
It was a female talking.
Who thinks they're a vampire?
Okay, I know who you're thinking of, Leo.
You are. How do you know?
Hmm?
How do you know?
It took me a minute, but
Now you following me, Jake?
That's what I was
But he-
assuming.
But he won't say his name, and he says he's bigger than he is.
Mhm.
I don't think you're the big spirit I see unless you're able to morph yourself.
She said something in a very quick way, and I couldn't understand it.
Remorphing yourself to look
It
like
keeps-
me because you think I'm big and intimidating.
Keeps going from a female to a male, but it seems like they're talking to us.
Yeah. What do you have to say?
Both times that I said immortal, both of them said it.
Do you think you're Do you think you're? Yes, Renee.
Mhm.
Do you think you're immortal? Is that why you keep saying immortal? You think you're immortal? Do you realize that you're gone? That you're not on this earth anymore? Or is that your punishment? Thanks, Gail. We'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
Grandpa?
That was a female. Wow. I hate to cut this off, man, but it's getting late.
Yeah.
Later, dang it. Don't think we got the answers we wanted anywhere near. Let me check the office one more time.
I'm gonna give you the
The
answers
answer's
now.
no.
Oh, now you want to give us the answers after the show's over?
We'll do it.
That's me moving.
Nothing.
Same. S.
Do it, mister.
To it, mister.
It sounds like something you would say.
Yeah.
We're watching.
Okay. Watch all you want.
Keep on watching.
Anytime you're ready to talk to me, confront me. I'm always, you know where I'm at.
Hurt.
You're gonna hurt. You be good.
Well,
That what it said? You'd be good?
Sound like it.
Wow. All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up for this evening. We'll continue to. We'll go back and watch the audio. I have a recorder going. We have the audio
could you hear
from the show.
anything like us talking?
I just heard like murmuring, I couldn't make out anything.
Because you were straight up answering.
Was
Yeah.
I?
Oh,
Yeah, it was funny.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I finally got to be on this end of it. When it was
It's
really
fun, isn't
good.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's insane, man.
It shouldn't make sense,
It shouldn't,
yeah,
but it
it
did.
shouldn't, yeah.
We'll revisit this. I got to paint my head all of a sudden. We'll revisit this
Whew.
person thing, possibly. Figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
I'll keep
From what I can get, there's at least 2 of them.
male,
Yeah,
female.
There should have been. Male
Yeah.
and a female.
Yeah.
We'll continue to, like I said, to approach this, and I'll kind of watch out this week and see what happens. See if anything's changed.
Said our names.
Yeah.
It even said Dan.
Really?
One time it said Dan.
Yeah.
Wow. Let me turn the recorder off real quick.
But it obviously knew where we were.
Oh yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Because it said Leo's home. And it wasn't like a question, it was like a statement.
Right.
So, yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Crazy.
It was wild, man. It was wild.
Sorry we didn't get any answers, unless you did get any answers from it.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was interesting.
We'll talk
Okay.
about it. So,
Very cool.
but no, we'll take this up again in an upcoming episode. We'll try to revisit this and see what's going on because it gave us more questions than answers again, per usual.
Always.
Yeah, and I think we were hitting on a couple of things possibly that we were interacting with that I'm curious to see if it really was. I'm going to go back and listen to the recorders, the video, watch the video, see if I can pick up on any of the whispering in the room, the noises and stuff, and just different things. So we'll definitely revisit once again. So
Yeah.
what a fun night that was, man.
Yeah, I think some of our listeners were hearing stuff, and
Oh yeah, they were hearing voices,
so yeah, we'll
boys.
definitely have to go back and listen
Yeah.
to at least this portion of the episode.
Charles says it's Santa Claus. You're not too far off. Kidding. But nah, but we'll definitely. Sorry, I was getting some weird things. Cool. Yeah, Dan said he'll bring the EM pump. We'll get
Oh,
some
so we
things.
can all feel weird.
We can get things fired up. Yeah, so we'll definitely get that going. So yeah, I'll keep a journal this week to see what we can find if anything happens inside or outside of studio, inside of our lives and whatnot.
Yeah.
Have the gang keep track of everything. Renee, keep track of what you experience. We'll see if we can figure out if this thing is something that's came along with us from, like it said, from a far away,
Yeah.
which I have my suspicions, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, because you were answering questions when you were saying, I've always been here, or I came from far away.
It, almost like, to me, it sounded like ancient.
Well, you said Earth.
I did.
at one
I
point,
remember
so,
saying that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you wouldn't give me your name.
Being
So-
stingy. But
You could
I
hear it.
swear there was a name coming through, like they were saying, like repeating something.
Yeah.
If
But
you-
I could not make it out.
What do you think in your best guesstimation?
I don't know. It was like it was long.
Long, like multiple syllables.
It could be.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow,
Like it's hiding behind
I don't know. It was just-
like a moniker,
people again.
maybe. Who knows? That was fun, though. I mean, I like doing investigating. It's been a while since we got to actually investigate.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it was a mini one. We didn't really get the chance to walk around. I was going to set up cameras throughout the area outside the studio here. I might do that next time.
Yeah.
That way we can see if anything truly is outside of our studio during this episode. Work on that. I definitely want to figure out what's going on, because
Right.
I'm not concerned for me or any of us per se. It's more of my family that I'm
Right.
worried about. It's
Didn't
like
seem
trying to intimidate.
Threatening. I mean, their voices
Yeah,
didn't say, but it could be manipulation.
you weren't hearing what was out here on the porch.
Yeah, true.
So
Every so often, that thing would get really loud, and I could hear it,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
knew what it was. It was the portal.
Yeah.
But that I couldn't make
sure some
anything
knocking
out.
over here. I don't know. It would do it here too, and it was random. It's like,
Yeah.
what was that?
You get
Noise.
real loud.
And it's like, or why would it do that? Yeah, it made no sense to us anyway. So,
Yeah,
but wow, man, that was a fun night.
we gotta do
I hate
this
to-
again.
Yeah.
I know I hate to see it end, but
But,
fortunately we went overtime today, which is fine. We can do that. But
yeah, we haven't been in studio. In
I
a
know.
while.
Yeah,
it's been a minute.
At least the three of us.
Right.
yeah, it's been a hot minute, and we'll get Dan back hopefully soon, and Renee will probably zoom in again, I'm sure, because I know she's just itching now, as excited as the next person.
Yeah.
So, but wow, what a fun wild ride that was. We'll do something like this, like I said again, maybe
Oh,
even
yeah.
next episode. We'll see if we can make things work out, if we have time and whatnot, and depending on what happens this upcoming
cool.
week. So it depends if we have guests or not too. So
Yeah, contact us if something
yeah,
crazy
Yeah,
happens.
if you watch this and saw something, leave comments or leave
Yeah.
comments what you want to see us do next time.
yeah, definitely. Viewers at home, go back and watch the feed. Pick up on things we didn't pick up on. Maybe
Right.
we missed something.
Right. Leave us a comment. Let us know.
Yep, and we'll go
We'll
through
go back and look at it.
We'll go through the audio and evidence and see if we can find anything, any answers that we were looking for possibly, so that we missed in real time. So
This does kind of drain you, doesn't it?
It
Just
does.
sitting here listening to
Yeah.
it. I'm like,
Yeah, no, it makes you
beat
tired.
now.
Right.
yeah,
Every time.
I'm ready for bed.
right. But all right, guys. Well, I just want to say, everybody, the viewers, thank you at home for tuning in. This has been Cryptic Heartland, episode number 127.
Like and share.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe, turn notifications on. That way, when we go live, you go live with us. Chat us up, drop us a line, let us know what you want to see on the show. Maybe we can get a guest that you want to see we can talk to. If not, we'll continue on the path that we've been doing, and we'll get some more guests on the show, and we'll also do some more investigations, whether it be many like this or whether it be a big actual investigation once we get the opportunity to. So,
Hopefully
but-
soon.
yep, hopefully soon enough. So yeah, but for Jake and I about to say Dan, but for Jake and Jason and Renee, who was kind enough to zoom in with us tonight, I am Leo, and we are Cryptic Heartland. We will see you next time.
See you later.
All right.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, Renee.
Bye.
It was.